an extraordinary time of change, and all of our leadership is being tested to help our teams and lead our teams through change. It's interesting because I keep track of some of the studies that are done, and Gartner has been doing this study and coined this term transformation deficit.
Mm,
So companies, every company is basically going through transformation. Anyone you talk to is experiencing it. But what's happened is people have started to have burnout because they're just sort of tired of having to drive change all the time. And so I think when you think about what it takes to make change happen, it really comes down to our ability to imagine the future together. And so that's really where I think play has a place in the workplace, and it can be taught as a way to help others embrace change by way of sparking creativity in one another. And and again, that's really what I'm trying to do when I try to introduce these small moments of play at work. It starts with communication, and I think anyone from a leader in a leadership position can learn to do this. To bring creativity forward through collaboration, you've got to cultivate that kind of an environment. And it starts with asking questions. How else can we approach this problem? How else might we do that? How do we bring diverse people into a room who maybe wouldn't work together to solve that problem and have them get together to actually try to tackle the challenge outside of the traditional rigors and schedules you mentioned earlier that we're so tied down to. It's sort of breaking the rhythm a little bit, and trying to get some new thinking to the table.
mm, yeah. I like the focus on, asking questions, being curious. That is what kids do. Like they're curious about everything. They're like literally from the time you're babies, you're like putting your mouth on and tasting everything, right? Because you're curious. To as your toddlers and your young children, you're touching everything, you're asking a gazillion questions about everything. You're just infinitely curious about everything. And over time, maybe we lose a little bit of that.